Turn up the volume nice and loud, cause we are controlling transmission. You're in the mix with Lil Drummer Girl, with your host, Dawn Marie.
Just a little bit of housekeeping before we begin. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Audible yet or not, but for those of you who love to read books as much as I do, I probably read about 65 to 80 books a year, and I don't really have the time to read. So if you're like me, then this is for you. You can now turn your car into a university, work out and learn, or just put around the house while getting inspired, learn new ways to make your business thrive, or a new skill that can help your personal life flourish. I have a special offer for you. If you go to www.littledrummergirl.com, that's LILDrummergirl.com/resources, in the middle of the page there's a link for a free 30-day trial of plus 2 credits to 2 free book downloads, and that's at any price point. So even if you cancel the membership after 30 days, you get to keep the 2 books forever so that you don't have to wait anymore. So get started today for free. It'll change your life for the better forever. Go check it out. Welcome to another episode of The Little Drummer Girl. I'm your host, Dawn Marie Mutel. And tonight we have a really special guest, Nelson Rivera. I met Nelson when he was performing at a place called Skipper's, which is in Tampa, Florida. They were at a Caribbean festival, and I immediately fell in love with his style of drumming and percussion. His wife, Bickley Rivera, check out episode number 28, Bickley Rivera, Queen of the Steel Pan Drum. His origin in music stems from his Puerto Rican descent, growing up listening to Aguinaldo music and watching his dad perform as a cuatro guitarist in performing groups. Nelson performed in 10 bands, some very well known in Wisconsin, before creating the last 2 groups, Cuba Libre and Bickley Island Chill, which he performs with his wife as a core group. It's in his latest group, Bickley Island Chill, that he has perfected his percussion style that he coined street freeform. His Caribbean influences helped shape the production of Caribean Madness, which was the only Caribean Riverboat Cruise series on the Connecticut River, which sold out for 5 seasons. His performances have taken him to Wisconsin, Michigan, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, Ohio, Maryland, Florida, and the Bahamas, which averages over 120 shows a year. If there's one phrase to describe Nelson, most would say, yeah, man. Nelson, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm so ecstatic that you're here tonight because I've been wanting to interview you for quite some time now. So thank you.
I'm surprised. I'm usually not the one being interviewed. It's Bickley.
Well, you know, I did have Bickley on the show, which I think is episode, I don't want to say the number because I don't know off the top of my head here, but I will list it in the show notes. But I fell in love when I first saw you play, and your style was so cool and so unique. And I see you've coined it street freeform. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I call it, freestyle, street freeform, freestyle percussion. Only because it's just things that I've picked up along the years listening to percussionists, drummers, and me being in so many various different types of bands. I just picked up my own style, which fits in perfect with Bickley Island Chill. That's really about it. I've never been really trained or went to school on any type of percussion work. It's just, it all comes from within my heart and feeling. That's all it is.
And that's amazing because, I mean, the two of you together, it's like watching it's just like musical notes floating in front of me because it's amazing how you work off of each other, and it's mind-boggling, really. But I see that you've been in 10 bands over the years. How old were you when you started? Because weren't you into bass first or something like that?
Yes, I'm originally a bass player, and I started off in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at grade 6. I met this guy that was a musician, and then he turned me on to it, and I just liked the idea of it. And then he said, "Why don't you play this bass? I'll play the guitar." And then from there we took off, and I started learning how to do basic, Beatles and basic stuff like that. Then worked my way up into rock and roll. Then started joining other bands in Milwaukee, more progressive, more bands that were playing out, making money, because that's really what I wanted to do back then. And some of them became pretty popular there. And But yeah, I started with bass playing, and from there worked on to what I am now, a percussionist.
So, but when you learned how to play bass, you were doing it all by ear, or were you taking lessons?
Yes. Well, again, back in high school, I did play the upright bass. And then I did take a couple of music lessons on the side, music school, for bass playing. But I never really did get into the need or the feel to wanting to learn to read the music. So I never did read the music. I only felt the music. From a childhood, I just felt music, could feel the singing, could feel where things went. So that's why just about everything I do, as far as music-wise, it's just free form, freestyle, things that I feel. So when I listened to a song back then, I would just listen to it. Okay, I see what I can envision what the bass player's doing. So I just did it.
And I love the sticks that you play with. Can you tell me a little bit more about them?
My sticks?
Yeah, because they're so cool.
Yeah, I don't play a normal set of drumsticks, as most people play drumsticks, or they use their hands. I can't use my hands because they're too delicate. I never, I have a little bit of arthritis there. So what I did is I went and got a pair of golf sticks, and I picked the ones that were carbon fiber, very lightweight. So I cut them at the slenderest ends, cut them to about 6-7 inches, wherever it feels balanced in my hand. And then I get surgical tubing and put it around the tips of the sticks. And that's the reason I do that is because I like that little bounce I get off the surgical tubing. And the surgical tubing also kind of mutes the drumstick. Instead of having a wooden stick hitting the skins, I have that surgical fiber hitting it, or the tubing, which is a nice smoother sound that I like. That's about it.
Gives it a little bit more of a deeper, bassy kind of a sound, right? That is so cool. I mean, the first time I saw you play, I'm like, what is he playing with?
A lot of people always question me about what is that? Why are you doing that? What is this? Says, well, I make them. I make them for my wife and I make it for myself. She also uses the same style sticks on her steel pan.
Oh wow!
So we buy the carbon fiber golf sticks, clubs that nobody uses anymore. Cut them down, put it down, because they're lightweight.
Wow! I may have to ask you to make me a pair of mine, because when I was playing my cajon, I got the other sticks, but I wanted to play more like some timbales and things like that. And I thought I wanted something beside a regular stick that I could play with. And I think that
maybe you can go my style. I really like it a lot. I really do. Yeah. And
so how did you end up playing with Bickley? I mean, were you guys? I know she's your wife. So was it love at first sight, or was it the music that brought you together?
I guess. A relationship started before the music. I met her back again in Connecticut. I had moved from Milwaukee to Connecticut in 1986. And through friends of a friends, I met her at a raft race. They were building a raft for a race in the Connecticut River, and then we just hit it off there. Asked her out for a date, and she said, no way. I said, okay, maybe later. And then later on, I asked her for a pizza, and she says, okay, let's go for a pizza. And then from there on, our relationship grew as friends. And it wasn't until many, many weeks after us dating that we find out that we were both musicians. I didn't know that she was classic. Yeah, I didn't know she was classically trained on piano.
Oh, wow.
She played keyboards, and she didn't know that I was a bass player because we just never talked about it until one day somebody that knew us said, well, she's a musician. I said, what? So we were both surprised, and we said, hey, well, let's do some jamming. And from jamming, now it's been 25 years of playing music.
Wow. I love that story. That's awesome. Because I never caught the story behind how you guys met. So that's awesome. So what would you say maybe was one of your, I don't know, biggest challenges that you might have faced whether it was trying to get into the music business or being in the music business and something happening, and how did you handle it?
Well, I'd say the biggest challenge is when I decided many years ago to quit. What it was to quit completely playing. At the time, it was bass. I was a bassist. So back in 2001, we moved from Connecticut, where we had performed there with a different band. It was still Bickley's band, but under a different name, and we did bilingual style music. We mixed it up with Spanish, rock, and jazz, fused it together, and we were able to perform many shows there like that.
Wow.
So we did that for about 10 years. So then we moved here 2001, and we thought we can carry the same idea of music here to Florida. But big surprise, what we played over there didn't work over here. So thought about it for a while after, doing a couple shows. I just didn't feel it anymore. So just about 2002, I said, that's it, Bickley. I'm going to stop playing bass for a while. I just don't feel it. So, and then she, and she at the time then said, well, I'm going to stop playing keyboards. And I think I'm going to pick up playing steel pan. And I'm going to start with learning at St. Petersburg College. So she went off in to do that, and I just took a vacation for 5 years. I didn't touch the bass. Right. And I just didn't feel it anymore. I don't know. The passion was gone. So me sitting on my, rear end, just watching her do her thing. Then I noticed she started to get very well. She started playing the steel pan pretty good. And I said, okay, I'm going to, instead of being in a band with her, I'm going to be her agent. So I started booking her.
Nice.
So that's what I started doing. So I started booking her in certain clubs and things, and she started, perfecting her art and, the instrument. And then it was more and more demand for her. And I said, well, I'm following her to the gigs because I have to carry all this equipment for her. So I was the roadie at the time, setting up the PA, doing this and that and that. And then by chance, so we had some extra percussion equipment. And one day I just said, I'm going to play the bongos on a show with her just for the heck of it. So I started playing the bongos with her, and then another show, then another show, then another show. And I started expanding my percussion equipment to finally I said, okay, I'm going to be a percussionist now. I'm going to join your band.
That's awesome. I love
So I more or less snuck into her band, but it turned out well because she needed a percussionist and a vocalist. So
yeah, I know. It's just, and I love the fact that you have a home recording studio and you guys record together. And I just follow you guys now, and I'm just seeing like everything you guys are doing. It's just you always have a gig, and I love it because you play all over the place. So I think you're back in Wisconsin, right? Coming up soon?
A matter of fact, next week or this Saturday coming, we're leaving, go to Tennessee, from Tennessee, Chicago to Milwaukee, where we have one show for sure, possibly two, and then at the same time visit family. Then work our way back. Yeah.
That's nice. That's
because all my family's there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we had a pretty nice, important show up there because I haven't performed there myself in about 20-some years, and there's a lot of people looking forward to seeing Bickley Island Chill because they knew me as a bass player. Now they're going to see me as a percussionist. And back then, 80s, of course, we did rock and roll, heavy metal, so all that stuff. So it's Nelson and, a different transition.
Oh, and they're going to see, that's going to be awesome. If you can, shoot me some video, have somebody shoot some video and send it my way, I'll make sure I put that up.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to get video for that. Yeah, and talking about before you were saying about us performing, we do over 120 shows a year with the Bickley Island Chill band. Yeah, we're pretty busy, and we get a lot of repeat customers, I guess, clubs that do like the music. It's upbeat, really upbeat reggae, Soca, calypso blended together, and we love writing our music, so we're about 4 albums out already.
I love that. And I'm going to make sure you guys, you're on CD Baby, is it that you're selling?
Yeah, we're on CD Baby and whatever, anywhere you can get records, we're on there. We're on Pandora. You can go on Pandora and look for us there, you know.
I'm going to put the links to those as well on the show notes.
Yeah.
So tell me something. I know our time is getting away from me here. I wanted to see, are you ready for the 11-stroke roll rapid fire interview?
I'm ready for anything, baby.
Right, my kind of guy. Your favorite?
Like I say, yeah, man, send it my way, man.
Yeah, man. Your favorite food?
Sushi.
Your favorite vacation spot?
Ooh, Bahamas.
Your favorite article of clothing?
My bathing suit.
You are my kind of guy. Favorite person to hang out with?
My wife.
Your favorite album?
That's a tough one, but Return to Forever from Al Di Meola.
I don't know that.
Yeah, that's smooth. It's fusion jazz from the 90s.
Jazz.
A tremendous guitar player. Yeah.
I gotta check that out.
He used to play with Chick Corea, Stanley Clark.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Car or motorcycle?
I do them both, but I'd stick with car because it's safer.
Okay, I hear you. Name one item you can't live without.
Roast pork.
Oh, you're making me hungry. If you could be reincarnated as anyone, famous or not, who would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I never thought about reincarnation. Ooh, you got me there. I really don't have anyone that I would want to come back as other than myself again. And
I
just
like
be
that.
a better person towards people and have a more positive direction towards life. That's really about it.
I like that. Your favorite music to listen to when you're not working?
Smooth jazz.
Nice. Your favorite pastime?
Oh, fishing.
Oh, cool.
Freshwater fishing, largemouth bass.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds cool. I've never done anything like out in the open water, so that must be pretty neat. Your biggest pet peeve?
People not wiping the shopping carts when shopping with the sanitizing wipes.
I have to agree with that, though. It's pretty gross.
I never touch one without wiping it. Oh. When I see people grabbing them and just going into the shop, to do their shopping without even cleaning them, I just like, that's disgusting.
That's too funny. Thank you for playing that.
Thank you.
So tell me, how can our friends listening stay in touch with you guys and, follow you and see if you're playing in their area that they can go catch a show?
Well, that'd be nice. I'll try and give as much information as I can because I love people to follow us and try and enjoy our music because it is exciting and it is different from your regular reggae, soca, calypso bands in Florida right now. We're really different. But you could just follow us at BickleyRivera.com is our website. And there you can find our schedule, videos. It'll lead you to YouTube. We have many videos on YouTube. Our schedule, all that you can find on BickleyRivera.com.
Beautiful. And you're also on Instagram too, right?
Yes, we're on Instagram, Spotify,
Very cool. So I will make
Facebook, obviously Facebook. Well. You can look under Bickley Rivera. Twitter. But we're on all media.
You're in everything.
Yeah, in this kind of business, you have to do everything that you can because no one's going to do it for you. A lot of people think, it's true. A lot of people think, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then, someone's going to find me, no, nothing's going to happen unless you make it happen.
I'm so glad you say that because every time it's like, I can't say it enough because people you could sit on your bus as much as you want, but it's really
you could, and you can be the best band and you can have the best musicians, but if you don't go out there and hunt for jobs or find different, venues, different, medias, different things, it's not going to happen. You got to involve the writing with the advertising and the promotion, but you got to do it until someone does it for you. And, I'm still waiting.
That's nice. I know what you mean.
I'm still waiting. I don't know what's going on here.
I hear you. Because I'm like, well, where's my team of people?
Yeah, I said, wait, you guys missed me. You guys, how did that happen? You missed me. That's all right. We're happy what we do right now, and as long as we make the people happy when we perform, we're happy.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
What would you say if you know somebody who's just starting out? I mean, what you just said was really important, but if you have somebody who's just starting out, what words of wisdom would you give them about the business?
Straight out and forward, it's a very, very, very tough business to get into because there's so many different things that you have to do other than just playing the music, and there is so much competition out there. It's like, okay, what am I going to do that's going to make me different from the others? But you know how many other different people there are? Thousands and thousands. It's like a grain of sand in a beach. It's like everybody's trying to do the same thing you are, and they all have the same idea. It's just like, what can I do to really, break apart from the rest and stick with it? That's the other thing. There's so many things that happen that'll bring you down, but you got to have that motivation and that the will to keep going, because if you don't, that's when it stops.
That's huge.
So as soon as you give up, that's really it. But if you love it and you like it, do it.
Yeah, man. I couldn't have said it better. That's perfect because it's so true. I mean, really, and when you get despondent and they get knocked down, you got to just say, okay, you know what? Today was an off day. Tomorrow's another day.
Right.
And move on. But I think a lot of people, they take it too personally, and when they get rejected, I mean, no one wants rejection. Rejection is a really tough thing to deal with.
Right.
But this business is all about rejection. It's like any other salesman job, it's got to knock from door to door. And when I first got into real estate, one of my managers had said to me, Dormery, cold calling is like, the more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. And I always believed in that after that. And I said, that makes a lot of sense because, nothing.
Yeah. That also kind of applies with finding shows, because there are a lot of agents here in Tampa, Florida, and throughout. And once they get you as a client, it's not like they're constantly hunting for you. To me, an agent, I think, waits for someone to call him. Hey, I'm looking for a band. Okay, let me see if I have Jack and Jill available. But nobody really works in your behalf, as much as yourself.
The way it should be, and it should be that way. But
it should be, but that's why unless you really I don't know what people say is make it. That's when you have management, you have promoters, you have everybody taking care of all those little things that we take care of now. You, I, the local musicians. We have to handle everything. That's why we're indie artists.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like it's the way to go in this world today, because you are going to protect your best interest, which is you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And unless it's a family member or somebody, a best friend that you knew that you can trust with, they got your back. I feel like when you start paying people to do things for you, like they're just slacking and they're really not doing what you're paying them to do.
Right.
So, even when I remember when I used to model and, you had to get new headshots and people would say, be careful who you go to with photographers and things like that because they were all looking to make money. And it's like, it's tough. It's business.
We all want to make money. So everybody tries, it's just, and how you make that money.
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with making money. It's just people who scam people to make it. It's just not cool.
Yeah, that's true. And we're just trying to, do the best we can to, handling our business because it's not just a band for us. It's a business. We run it really strict.
Right. And you're saying you're doing 120 shows a year. I mean, what does that come out to, like a month? That's like 40. No.
That's a good 10, 15, 20 shows.
That's a lot.
It all. Our busiest month is always on March. On a March, we could be doing
is that because of the spring break?
Yeah, I don't know why, but for many years it's been that way. That's our busiest month. Could be 20 shows every other day. Usually it's every other day in March. Yeah, and since we are a full-time band, we're available morning, noon, hopefully not night. I don't like the late shows.
I hear you. With my band, we were doing Treasure Island, and we were doing like a Saturday afternoon from like 1 to 6, and I'm like, this is the best.
Yeah, that's what I like. 1 to 6, 12 to 5, or no later than 10. That's it, my curfew.
Exactly. And that's why you look so youthful. I mean, it's going to sleep early, wake up early.
Yeah, go to sleep early, wake up. Like this morning, I woke up at 5:15 and go hit my Starbucks.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Kick back, relax, and come home.
I know you have a workout routine, things like that. Can you share some of that with us?
You mean
your diet is clean and the whole foods and all that stuff that you guys do?
Oh yeah, well it all starts from Bickley, my wife. She's a health freak, I call her. So we do watch what we eat, what we drink. We don't eat red meat, very rarely eat red meat. A lot of salads, a lot of fish. We go to the workout. What's the name of that place? UFIT. We go to UFIT 3-4 times a week. She goes even more than that. We bike, we hike, canoeing whenever we can because we have a lake in the back. And so, and then we take our vitamins just like Hulk Hogan used to,
Have you seen him down here since you've been down here?
No, but yes, I did see him several times. Once at the airport, and 2 other times when we played for this Stingray Chevrolet.
Oh yeah.
For whatever reason, he always used to donate a Corvette, so we would be performing there, and he would be there, and that's how we met him.
Oh,
and
cool.
But I hear he's coming. I think he's supposed to be going back into WWE for wrestling again.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the word I heard.
He's going to be up there in age.
Oh yeah, and I don't know how he's going to get on stage, but he better have.
Maybe he's announcing.
I think that would be the better thing for him to do is announce.
Yeah, I don't think he should come back to the ring. I don't know, but hey, if he does, more power to him.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Great.
So that's how we met him, and and that's as far as that goes. But it was at Stingray Chevrolet, and that was really about it. Other than that, with him.
Cool. Well, Nelson, thank you so much for being here this evening. I really appreciate it. It really means the world to me.
Well, I thank you for the interview. It's my first interview with anybody because usually I don't talk to anybody unless they talk to me. And,
oh, really?
I'm usually a quiet guy, and unless I know the person. So luckily, I know you.
All right. Yaman.
Yaman. That's what I say. I can't wait to say that in Milwaukee in 19 below zero.
Oh, they're gonna be like.
Yeah, I called today to check out the place where we're performing. They said, it's 19 degrees right now, but when you get here, probably below zero. I said, thanks a lot, man.
Oh, Oh my God! So it's the first time in 20 years that you're going to be playing, but that's very, very cool. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I'm really excited. My wife is too, and we're gonna reggae rise up, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, Milwaukee style.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Laverne and Shirley's TV show?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Milwaukee, right? Okay.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Yeah, they worked at the Miller, I think. Miller Brewing Company.
The brewery there.
Yeah, we used to go there when we were kids just to go get free beers every week. You say, okay, let's go do a tour. They do it because you do the tour. On the tour, then you just drink. You know, free. Yeah. But at that time, 18, at age 18, you can go drink over there.
Yeah, I remember that. I got legal once. I think it was for like a week, and then they changed it to 19, and then I was good for about another week, and then they changed it to 21.
The 21.
Like, what's going on?
What is it now? 21?
21. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. I remember 18 hitting every bar, every jazz club, music scene, because at that time we were into the music scene, and we'd go from bar to bar listening to all types of music. Because Milwaukee at that time, to me, was wow, it was happening. You know, a lot of bands there.
I've never been over that way. It's funny.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody from there. You're the first person I know from.
Yeah, I grew up around, everybody played guitar, or if not guitar, drums. And bass players were always in demand, so there I fell in. Perfect. Wow.
I can't believe you played an upright bass, though. I didn't.
Yeah, upright bass at school was a lot of fun. That was while I was in choir also. I was in choir.
Oh, wow.
So. Yeah, been there.
Sang.
Yeah.
Very
and
cool.
then when I was in Catholic school, I was in their choir too. So.
Yeah, I did that for about a week or two.
I did that for 7 years.
4 years. 7 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Long time.
Catholic grown, homegrown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. With the nuns in the black and the white. And
do you remember when they kicked the habit?
I don't know. I know when they kicked us, man, they were brutal to us.
Oh, they were brutal. No, I know. I had some. I remember getting slapped in the first grade.
Oh yeah, for us, I remember.
Yeah, not fun.
I got what they used to do to us: take out the ruler and slap you in the hand. Bam!
I had the
Bam!
And this one woman in the second grade, she had an iron metal ruler, and she used to do that to the boys in the class. And I remember feeling like, oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like, well, how can they get away with this? And then they had it in math class too. What's 2 times 2? 4. You're right. And it still hit you in the hand.
I don't know. I think they're just masochists or something. They got away with it. But they did a lot of damage. I mean, I hear stories from other friends of mine that went through similar things, and it's horrible. And I'm glad they don't do that anymore, but it's just...
Well, there's a lot of things they don't do anymore, you know that.
It's true, too. I think that's another story. But Nelson, our time has arisen. I will make sure that I put everything, all the links to everything in the show notes so that anyone listening tonight can actually, check it out, maybe pick up a couple of CDs, because I know, like, I listen to your music through Pandora, and it's just so cool that you guys are up there.
Yeah. A lot of people, they call us, they can't believe we're on Pandora. So, well, we're on there anyway.
I can't believe it. You guys have been like rocking it. Like, come
on.
Yeah,
we're like I said, we're on everything. We were on the Weather Channel for many years. They played our music.
That's cool.
We were on the Weather Channel for 3 years and getting those royalty checks. Keep them coming.
Wow, that's really cool. How did you get a deal like that? Like, did you do it? Did your agent do it?
No, like I told you before, agents don't do anything for you. It's we do it. Anything that happens to us is because we do it. That one I give credit to Bickley. Bickley's the one that searched it down, and when she came out, you remember the smooth jazz music, right?
Oh yeah,
that we used to do. Yeah, well, it was back then when we did the smooth jazz music. Is I don't know how she did it, but linked up with them, and then now we're on there. And then sometimes we're on Music Choice also.
Oh, I like that, Music Choice.
Yeah, hey, there we are. They're playing our music.
That's awesome.
So, but it's all that. It's from us, and see what happens. I don't know. Right now, like I say, everything's happy. You know, we're happy where we're doing. It could always be better. And we're always striving to get better. But when you see things happen around you and you say, how did that happen and not us? I don't get it, you know.
Oh. I hear you on that one. Yeah. But I just think it's really great. And I can't wait to come to another show. And sorry, I missed the Whiskey Joe's, was it? But yeah.
Oh, for that commercial? The commercial we shot over there?
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, you got to go with Jesse. Jesse's your boyfriend, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, you got to go with him. There's a place called Crump's Landing in Homosassa. It's a brand new place that opened up. We just got hired there till next year, December 2019. We're already booked there, you know.
Wow.
And it's like a Whiskey Joe's, but better. Way better. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever go up to Homosassa area?
I have not been up that way yet, no.
Man, there's a section up there. Though. Yes, there's a section. Once you pass Weeki Wachee, go up Homosassa, you know, probably the next biggest town. If you go a road called Halls River Road to the left, that takes you to about 20, 30 different types of bars and venues of every kind of food and entertainment you can imagine.
No
it's
way.
hidden all back there. There's a place called Monkey Island where monkeys live on it year round.
No.
It's on the river. Yeah, it's on the river, a little island. And if you're by the restaurant, you could see the monkeys. You know, they're jumping all over the place. And then, a matter of fact, it's right across Crump's Landing, which I'm telling you should go check it out.
Uh-huh.
You could, if you look across the river, you'll see the island from there.
Oh, wow.
You know,
so
have you ever heard of the freezer? No, no, it all by road.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To Crump's Landing?
From the Halls River Road?
No, Halls River Road is just a road that goes back, and then there's bridges that'll take you to certain little areas in there.
Oh, wow.
But the island is only, you know, I'm talking about maybe 100 yards only. It's a small little island.
It's a small island.
Yeah, with these, like, spider monkeys on there.
Wow.
And if you want, you could take there's a big story about that. They've been there like 40 years.
Wow.
I can't really remember it, but if you go there, you know, you just can go just visit little bars and freezer, a place called the Freezer, the best shrimp around, boiled shrimp. They bring it out, McCrae's. Just someday make a weekend of it and check it out.
Yeah, now that the weather's getting nice again, I'll definitely put that on the calendar on a weekend for us to just take a ride.
Yeah, and then just look for Crump's Landing. It's on. They have their Facebook. You know, You'll see everything on there. And then, like, for our stuff, if you want, like, the links again on the end of my email, all our links are on there. Facebook, YouTube, you know, Tropic.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll cut and paste those and put those.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. It was great talking.
Thank you so much, Nelson. Same here. And have a safe trip and a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right. We'll probably see you when we get back. Yeah,
absolutely. I can't wait to hear the stories.
All right. You take care.
Okay. Tell Bickley I said hi, okay?
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And to you out there, thank you for listening. I wouldn't have a show if it weren't for you. And don't forget, and remember, it's never too late to leave a trailblazing behind you. So lock on and lock out, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
If you like this episode, please share the love, and be sure to go to www.littledrummergirl.com. That's LALdrummergirl.com. And while you're there, be sure to grab a copy of the free 2019 St. Pete Street Art Calendar. It's only free for a short time, so grab a copy before it's too late. And remember, it's never too late to begin the life of your dreams and leave a trailblazing behind you. So rock on and rock out, and I'll catch you on the flip side.